he's got to say.
Fall 1969. The Darrow Chemical Company, under contract with the U.S. Army, conducted dark experiments. The subject, a chemical called 2,4,5 trioxin. Reports called it a genetic reactivation catalyst, but we know now, the dead don't lie. Experience the return of the living dead. In this cinematic adventure, you'll live or die through the events of a zombie outbreak, unlike any other. You and your friends choose from 3 unique hero classes. Will you play as the living or the living dead? Equip yourself with a cinematic sourcebook, a themed dice system, and digital assets inspired by the original film, with more ghastly add-ons and stretch goals to uncover. The only question now is, how do we get them back in the ground?
Send more cards.
The Return of the Living Dead by Evil Genius Games. Pledge now.
And I can already see everybody's trying to give money, but it isn't open yet. Seriously, folks, make sure you back this. Remember, we're going to have that giveaway here in just a moment, but or at least sign up for notifications. Be sure you do that.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Any critique on the video?
Oh, got me interested. Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen for sure. Excuse me.
Yeah, so if you scroll down here, we got a couple pins that you can get if you just do stuff. So any follower gets a pin. This Return Living Dead pin. If you followed before, you get a pin. And if you back within the first 40 hours, you get an enamel pin. So we got some pins going on.
See if I can zoom in on that a little better so people can see it. Yep, there we go. You get pins on there. Sidekick subscribers get the zombie mascot pin. Look at that. So, and see, get all the enamel pins when you pledge to this Kickstarter. And there you go. Oh, I want a kind of a pin of toxin. Actually, I want the barrel. Can you send me the barrel?
Sure, of course.
No, my luck. I'll shoot it with my 45, and it'll be like Doom, and it'll blow up in my house. And no, never mind. Don't send me the barrel. I'll have too much fun with it. By the way, I also like the graphics that you utilized for this, the thematic graphics. By the way, I was a graphic artist in the Air Force, and while I can't draw a stick figure to save my life, I was very good at QCing stuff like this. So, means nothing in the real world, by the way. But no, I definitely like the layout, a lot of layout that you use for this. So rules for zombification, the deadly 2,4,5 trioxin that causes it. Real quickly, what is that? 2,4,5. I'm assuming those numbers mean something.
Yeah, it's just the name of the. So the whole story is that the military decides to come up with a gas which is supposed to kind of like an Agent Orange gas, and they call it 245. Of course, it didn't do what the military said it was going to do. Instead, it reanimated people. So we have rules around that reanimation process. Like when you inhale it, so you don't get zombified by bites. You get zombified by inhaling this gas.
Yeah. Right. Oops, I tried to zoom in and it did that. The Dead Rise encounters zombies that are smart, fast, and near indestructible. Now, we were talking about kit bashing. I can't believe I didn't think about this when we were playing. Who here is going to combine this with Dead Rain and take all the zombies that are in Dead Rain and all that crazy nonsense that Kevin has put into those zombies and incorporate it into this game?
So someone mentioned that in the feedback.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I combine this maybe with Rambo or Escape from New York.
Yes. Well, the Escape from New York have the crazies, the cannibal. Mm-hmm. But that would be another fun way to do it for sure.
Learn how to defeat enemy that cannot die with new incapacitation rules and a new equipment designed to battle the undead. What new incapacitation was that? What you were talking about earlier with the whole grappling?
Yeah, so they don't die. So you shoot them in the head, they keep coming. You chop them into little bits, their bits keep coming. And so we had to completely re-envision mechanics around what do you do with something that can never die. And so new grappling rules, new restraint rules, all that good stuff.
Melinas, yes, you do need the core rulebook for this, so I suggest you stay by for the giveaway in case you win it.
Free book.
A free book. Special zombie types including Tarman, split dogs. Oh, that's gross. A half corpses, skeletal bone,
All pulled from the movie.
and more. I know. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, by the way. But yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna see something now.
Yeah, we have whole mechanics around skeletal boners.
hop right in with pre-written adventures. How many adventures come in the game with the book?
We have 3, but we have a stretch goal for the 4th.
Okay.
So there'll be a total of 4, hopefully, if the stretch goal kicks in.
All right, the iconic 1985 film Return of the Living Dead was instrumental in defining the zombie genre. Our officially licensed tabletop role-playing game that for a lot of people that's important. I'm one of those people. It's officially licensed, so this is the real deal, guys. This isn't just somebody like, hey, we're just going to see if we can get by with this. No. It's officially licensed tabletop role-playing game based on the Everyday Heroes system, celebrates the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Living Dead film franchise, and provides endless adventure across 4 decades of trioxin-fueled havoc.
Yeah, so when we actually got the account, the guy had written over 1,000 pages of a world Bible. So he went to town on every single decade and what theoretically would have happened with these zombies every decade. So we're going to hopefully do a bunch of that sort of decade stuff. It'll be a lot of fun.
Cool. And
If anybody wants to watch Return of the Living Dead, it is up on Tubi right now.
Yeah, for free.
and by the way, I really like Tubi. I didn't think I was going to, but there's a lot of stuff there.
It just look, I'm a big motorsports fan. I'm a huge NASCAR fan, and it was great this past Sunday getting to listen to one of the races live.
I don't know how I get along with any of you people.
I grew up with NASCAR. It's just part of my life.
I have a ton of friends that like NASCAR as well. I find it to be more boring than golf.
What I like is
Look, they're making a left turn. Oh, look, they're making another left turn.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they're making another left turn. I wonder
Tell me when
what's
somebody
going to happen
crashes.
next.
Well, see, I like watching the lower series and racing on the short tracks. And the race out from this past Sunday, man, that was a wreck fest.
See, you used to go to Somerset, Wisconsin and go watch the races out there. They've got a track out there. And I basically would sleep through the normal races, but they'd wake me up for the crash up derby. All right, let's get back to this here. George Romero's original zombie masterpiece, Night of the Living Dead, was based on true events because zombies are real. However, Romero was forced to remove certain facts and the events were covered up. But now the Living Dead are back with the Return of the Living Dead game world. Oh my God, I can't read. Game world chock full of morbid zombie mayhem. All right. I do like the art style that you picked for this game too. Like some of this appears like more advertising, but even like I generally like. How do I say it? The thematic style that you picked.
Yeah, so it's a particular artist, a guy named Chris Tyner, who runs Dreamslayer Studios. He makes his own games. He's an indie publisher, and we just loved his art style so much that we begged him to come work on the project. So he's an amazing artist.
Nice. What was that? Oh, okay, that wasn't for me. Trioxin zombies are awesome. Tear them apart, blow them up, burn them to a crisp. Hold on. 15 birds and 5 for a tree. Oh, how does that go? Fry them, broil them, put them in a pot. What is that? Lord of the Rings thing. That's what that reminded me of. Tear them apart, blow them up, burn them to a crisp. They just keep coming. Join the fight against zombie hordes during outbreaks set across multiple decades or walk among the dead yourself. Driven by the terrible pain of being dead and hunt for living brains. I'm in. I'm on that. Let's do it. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will party. Okay, 126-page Return of the Living Dead cinematic sourcebook will be a soft cover supplement for the Everyday Heroes system. So there you go. We had the question a few times in comments. We'll say it again. You do need Everyday Heroes to play this, but that's why you're getting 126 pages of goodness of just zombie nonsense, okay? Everything you ever want to know or not know about zombies will be there. Everyday to understand. So you need the Everyday Heroes core book to understand and play its contents. This book provides everything you need to recreate the frightful events of 1969 and after, including new Living Dead Origin, 3 classes, and a host of zombie stat blocks. And of course, we provide stat blocks for all the movie protagonists. Tarman, Trash, Julie Walker. Oh my God, it's gonna say it's different names. There's no comma there. Julie Walker and Riverman. It's been so long. I do not remember any of those characters. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to watch it again.
You don't remember Riverman?
So much 80s like shock is up on Tubi right now. It's so great.
All right. New rules. Well, there's your new rule right there. Don't look like that and expect to get a date.
or would you?
Well, if I ate her brain, Get new rules for zombification and the deadly 245 tracks, and that caused it.
We got to fix this. The same stuff. We're going to fix this.
Oh, is it exactly so? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, learn how to defeat enemy, cannot okay, encounter special zombie types, plunge. Well, this one's new. Oh, no, that's not new either. Okay, never mind. New hero options. You get the Living Dead, the Rageful Dead.
So,
he doesn't look raging.
Do you remember that game, that TV show called iZombie, about that zombie who was like a medical practitioner or whatever? So zombies are like that in this world. So you could actually play a zombie as a PC. Just live among people. So long as you can maintain the transition.
Oh, kind of like what was that movie with Death Becomes Her?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's what's the mechanic about the transition that the player will have to worry about with the character?
Yeah, so there's 6 stages of zombification, and each one of them sort of you lose your soul. But the way this works is that there's 2 ways to keep. So, and also the more you zombify, the more your craving for brains occurs, right? But the only thing that stops the conversion is pain. So if you ever watch the 3rd movie, what she starts doing is she starts sticking her body with a bunch of like knives and forks and stuff like that, and it curbs the pain. And if you can curb the pain, you can sort of keep her consciousness.
Okay.
It's all about pain management.
See, let's go down here. New backgrounds and professions. Oh my God, a zooming Kickstarter. Guess I won't keep trying to zoom.
Final Girl is one of my favorite characters. It's basically a tough hero that just has tremendous survivability. Just extremely hardy person.
So we have new backgrounds: fresh meat, punk rocker, veteran of '69, baby killer. You're a baby killer, Vietnam vet. Worm food professions. Now we have professions: chemical executive, grave robber. I played one of those in Warhammer. Medical supply worker, mortician, paramedic, sleeper agent. So my group is going to be the medical supply worker. Okay. And then the paramedic is going to need him. But since everybody dies because he doesn't really get the supplies he needs, the mortician will take care of the rest. There we go. We got the party. We're good to go. Let's go. Oh, and then we need the grave robber after that. So the evidence has been moved. Oh my God, my cat is going crazy. I don't know if my wife can hear me though. Free quick start guide. Not yet experienced with the Everyday Heroes system? Download the free Everyday Heroes quick start guide and check out the system for yourself. Is that something they can get from your website or Drive Through RPG and or both?
Yeah, exactly, both.
Okay.
And then we have a link.
Okay, perfect. Try before you buy. See, you can't go wrong with that. You're not sure. You're like, just go get the quick start. Check it out.
There you go.
Right, more rewards. Okay, cinematic source book. 126-page softcover book. This Everyday Hero supplement features 1 new origin, 3 new classes, and a host of zombie stat blocks. We kind of read that already. The variant cover. I actually like that cover. Let's see, which one do I like more? Yeah, I like this one more.
Yeah, so that's actually drawn by Graham Humphreys, who he drew the original poster back in 1985.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
That definitely makes the alternate cover better. There we go. Just saying. Sorry to the artist of the other one. Yours was good too.
He's a nobody. compared to this.
Just to tap you on the head. Good job. Sorry. It's very, so there's a little backtrack here. When we were doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Redux Kickstarter, I said that one of the covers looked like it was great for girls. And I absolutely meant I liked the idea that the Turtles game was being, presented to a feminine audience, because you can be bunnies and kitties and whatever the heck else you want to be in there. I think that's a great idea. Man, I got lit up for that one. People came after me like, how dare you say that? The artist is trans. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I was just saying that the cover was pinkish, and I thought it'd be really great for fathers to get daughters into the game. I want more people playing it. I don't care what their proclivities are. Like, man. So I'm not insulting the artist. We're having fun. This variant of The Return of the Living Dead Cinematic Sourcebook has a collector's edition cover created by Graham Humphreys, the undisputed master of horror film posters. I already mentioned that, but there you go. Now you see it in black and white. Check out his gallery here. We're not going to click on it, but look at that little hyperlink. This Everyday Hero supplement features one. Oh, we already read that. Okay. So you got the sound set. So is this something that people can just have as ambiance in the background while they're running the game?
Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys ever played with Sirenscape? He actually creates a full sound set for the adventure. So all the voiceovers, ambient music. They even did their own punk rock theme music for the actual adventure in spirit of Return of the Living Dead, and then all the sounds, right, that you would have as well. I
don't know if it's Sirenscape, but I checked out one a few months ago. That was all about, you could plug in, drag and drop ambient music. You can upload your own ambient music and so forth, and you could play them in order or select tracks. And I thought it was a neat idea. For some people, I think that's great. I find it to be more distracting than helpful personally, but it's another tool that I think is awesome for people to use if your group likes that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If they want to be put in the mood.
No Return of the Living Dead game would be complete without. Sirenscape's kick-ass punk rock theme soundtrack. This coolest set of special effects was custom made for the cinematic adventure's most epic moments. The soundscape will contain 50 or more high-quality tracks. Listen to a sample here. Okay, I was just reading. We're not going to listen to a sample. We got some dice, some blood splatter dice. My suggestion for everybody is just cut yourself and get your own blood on there. And now I'm kicked off of YouTube. I don't do that. This is real zombie blood. You don't want to pollute it. They've got zombies in their backyard. They just, rubbed it across their faces. I'd wear gloves rolling those dice. I'm just saying. We've partnered with the leading dice creator, Fanroll Dice, previously Metallic Dice Games, to bring these amazing custom dice to Return of the Living Dead's 40th anniversary. The blood splatter dice, or spatter dice, is a complete set of 7 Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
A complete dice set is 9 or 10. 3d6 are a must or it's not complete.
Really?
Yes. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. Trying to get dice nowadays. It's a complete set. That is not complete. I roll 3d6 to roll my attributes. I roll 3d6, 66 for fireballs or whatever. 3d6. Oh. By the way, just so folks know, this is not a Dave issue. This is a modern nonsense issue. It should be 9 or 10 dice, and here's what it is for 9: a D4, 3d6, a D8, 2d10, and a D20. The 10 dice version is 2d20. Why? Advantage, disadvantage for the 5e players.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. That's interesting. So interestingly enough, I actually thought that a complete dice set was 6 dice, and I got roasted for that. So,
This has been a soapbox issue of me for about a decade now, because I used to be a dice monkey. I just have dice all over the place, and just trying to find what I consider a full set of dice just drives me crazy. By the way, and just so folks know, I said the same thing to Kevin and Sean. So, did I forget D12? Okay, I forgot D12. Yeah, well, I was going down the list. Okay, I forgot D12 also. Good point. All right, let's. Nobody likes the D12 anyway. Oops, sorry. What was Blackwall Games called? Horde Wars and Anchor. the two D12 games I know of out there.
Barbarian players in D&D love the D12.
What's that?
Barbarian players in D&D.
Oh, that's true. Yep, because they got the hit points off the D12 Horde Wars. Thank you.
If they use, I think, one of the either the battle hacks or the two-handed sword, it's a D12 damage.
All right, the Blood Spatter dice is a complete set of 7 standard dice. Blood Spatter dice with a custom dice bag. Let's look at that again. I think I like what I like about it. It's got the logo on there. It's nice and simple. And while I tend to like everything to be black, I think it makes sense for it to not be black. It kind of has a more faded zombie survival look to it that way.
Yeah. Going for Tombstone.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay, I can see that. Where are we? These dice are round edge tumble dice with a custom logo on the D20. So my suggestion is to roll them in a tray or sloppy dice, drink twice.
Speaking of which, there's the tray.
Can I roll it on his face?
Yeah.
Well, admittedly, I was thinking, well, it would be cool, but I probably won't have the money. I am going to try to find the money for that dice tray.
You like it?
Yes, that is badass.
Is this snapped or is this pinned in?
Snapped, I think.
So you can lay it flat when you're not using it and then snap it. Perfect. That's awesome.
Oh, is that good? Okay, good.
Yeah, I have one like that. I love it.
Yeah, it's easier to carry. I have one from Discami Publishing, and while it's flimsy in some regard, because it's made out of just kind of like cloth, I love the fact that it will lay flat, that I can pack it. So like if I'm running a game at work, because I work in wargaming, that I can just put it in my backpack, easily snap it together, and boom, we're off to the races. So I like that.
All right, good feedback.
So we partnered with leading dice creator Fanroll. Okay, we already read that ish. What is this? These are the pins now.
Yeah.
Okay. How big are these pins? Can I zoom out on that? Oh, and of course I zoom out and I lose everything.
3 inches.
3. Wow. Okay. So these aren't small, folks. These aren't just something you're putting on the collar of your jacket. 3 inches.
What I love about those guys, they're the official pin manufacturer for Walt Disney World.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And you know how
I've seen
those
them
are.
in stores.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to read all of this. Oh, we are going to read this a little bit. We got so we got some signed prints, 18 by 24. Oh, can I scroll down? There we go. Limited edition, 18 by 24, signed and numbered print. Graham Humphreys variant cover. Graham Humphreys is the king of horror movie posters. Frame not included. How many? It says they're signed and numbered. How many are you gonna do, or is it just based on how many back at a certain level to Kickstarter?
I don't know what we're going to limit it to, but we'll definitely number it. So who knows?
Max,
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but it's kind of important. I went looking for the Kickstarter link, and I noticed that Malachi's link will lead him to my channel.
Good.
Nobody wants to go talk to Malachi anyway. I just copied the two, whatever links were put into the private. That's what I just copied. Malachi, one's YouTube Crafting Gamer. Like, I don't know. I'll look at it. I'll make sure it's right when the videos go live.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me know. So where are we here? So Digital Rewards Cinematic Source Book. Got a source book there, compatible with everyday here. So that's your digital version. So this is PDF.
Yeah.
Okay. VTT adaptions, Roll20, Foundry, or Quest. Oh no, I was just going to say I was mistaken here. Yeah, Foundry. Foundry is the important one.
You like
I think that's what Troller Games is doing all their
Yeah.
stuff for.
Almost everybody I know uses Foundry now. There are a few holdouts for Roll20, but that's because they know it, they understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of Quest Portal.
Yeah, it's brand new,
Okay.
but they're good folks out of Iceland.
Okay. That's because they get to sit in those hot springs all the time. Choose from one of the 3 virtual tabletop adaptations. Yeah, we got that. Maps, tokens, and an art library. And selections will be made in the Pledge Manager. I'm not a VTT guy for myself, but I know how important that is. And it's good to see that this is going to be supported. And I know that there's a lot of 3rd edition, 5th edition, basically a lot of WotC adapted rules out there that people can import a lot of things into. So This will be perfect for this. And if you want to import more, look at that. You can import more. Sidekick subscription. Okay, Sidekick. That sounds familiar.
So Sidekick is our D&D Beyond. You can make characters.
Oh.
That, so you get it for free.
Okay. So like D&D Beyond, got it. Sidekick gives you digital access to Everyday Heroes core rulebook, online character sheets, and online marketplace of additional Everyday Heroes adventures and bonus content. Interesting. So I guess this isn't what I thought it was. For some reason, that sounded familiar to me. This looked familiar, and I know I'm old school. It's pen, paper, and dice for me, but I know D&D Beyond. I've used it. I understand why people really, really like it. So 1 year subscription, that sounds awesome. There we go. Now we got the evil kid. You know why you're evil? Because you only pledged $1, jerk. That makes you evil. Join the pledge manager, get access to future ads. But let's be honest though. This $1 is just to basically say, hold my spot, right? They can always update the pledge later. That's what most people do with the $1, from my understanding.
Yeah, it gives you access to the pledge manager, so it gives you time if you can't afford it right away. And then if you want to go in there, like we've got a bunch of people who are big fans of Fig Pin, so they just want the pin. They pledge the $1 and they can add the Fig Pin as an add-on.
Okay. Now, you evil minion, you've grown up. You're no longer a kid. Now you're the minion. You get for $50, you get the VTT package, the Serenescape sound set, the cinematic source book, the digital version of it's a PDF, and 1 year subscription to Sidekick. Okay, let's stop for just a second here. This isn't just the book. You're getting that 1 year subscription, you're getting the sound set, and you're getting the VTT package. You're getting all in one. But I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm a Luddite. I don't need any of that crap. How do I get just the PDF?
So if you just want the PDF, you'd have to do an Evil Kid and add it on as an add-on.
Okay. And the reason I ask that is I know some people are going to ask, like, hey, what if I just want the book or whatever? That definitely happens when we promote these Kickstarters. So I just get that out there right away. Well, now you know. Just do the $1 and then do an add-on later. And by the way, so many people do that stuff. If you're new to Kickstarter, you'll figure it out. If you've done Kickstarters before, you know that's how it's done.
That's the game. Should I spell it out though?
My suggestion, I don't think it has to be on the graphic necessarily.
Yeah.
But I would put a blurb somewhere that say, hey, this $1 pledge allows you to add what you want later or something to that regard. I'd wordsmith it if I had more time. But yeah, I think something like that should be mentioned for folks because some people don't realize that.
Yeah. Okay.
At least that's what I saw with the TMNT Redux. Because that's really the one that I paid the most attention to in terms of things like this. And man, those questions kept rolling in. And while they won't admit it, this is me talking, not them talking. I think Sean and Kevin may have got a little frustrated with some of the people who either didn't fill out those surveys because they didn't realize what they were supposed to do, or kept asking that same question over and over again.
Yeah. Oh. It's isn't it?
Reminder for folks watching, yes, when we're done going through the Kickstarter, we will have the giveaway. All right. So I'm not forgetting about it. And the names are already in. I'm not going to try to gather more names again. Evil Scientist. Get the VTO. What's the new thing on your? Oh, you get this is added on to everything. You get the physical book. Okay. 126 pages of zombie goodness. Now you're the evil hitman. You get the source book variant cover, the VTT. Let's see what's new. Blood set with trash bag. Okay, what is that? I missed that.
The blood dice.
Oh, that's the dice. Okay, the blood dice set. Okay, got it. With the trash. Okay, the trash. I get it now. The trash. Okay. All right. It took a moment. Trioxin barrel dice roller and the dice tray. This is probably the level I would do.
Kind of the standard. Yeah, it's like the standard one. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where my wife is. I need her to get this cat out of here. Evil Genius. The vault. Do I actually get a bank vault to hold a real body?
This is one where if you don't have anything and you need to start from scratch, you could buy. It'll get you all the old books on top of it.
Core rulebook. There you go.
Yeah.
And everything else is what was above.
Yeah.
And what is vault?
So the vault is a compilation of all the rules from all of our cinematic adventures, Highlander, Escape from New York, with all the serial numbers filed off of it. So basically, because all those deals we do are all terminal, right? They die at some point in time, but we like the mechanics we built, so we actually genericize it and put it into a hardback, and we do those once every 2 years.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Now for $500, you're a shark with a laser. All right. Evil shark with freaking laser beams. Cinematic source book. Variant cover source. Digital source book. VTTs, Escape, Everyday Heroes Core Rulebook Anniversary Edition, not some punk edition. You're getting the Anniversary Edition. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. The Vault Volume 1. Blood Splatter Dice. Well, there we go. See, I think that should say dice bag, right? Or is it supposed to say dive bag?
Dive bag.
I mean, maybe that's a term. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's a typo.
Okay. See, look at that. This is why we're previewing.
Exactly. Previewing it.
Blood splatter dice. So, well, since you're using the word splatter down here, up here you use spatter, and I've heard spatter before. Somewhere up here, I forget where it was. I would just make that consistent. Either splatter across the board or spatter across the board.
Which one's correct? Splatter.
I say splatter, but sometimes that's a Minnesota euphemism. So, I think they're both correct, honestly, but I might be wrong. I'd have to dictionary or Merriam-Webster that thing to find out what. Then we got the barrel dice roller, barrel dice tray, the plushie. You get a plushie, you can go to bed and feel all safe. Signed print of the variant cover. Ooh, signed print by whom?
Graham Humphreys. Grammy baby.
Okay. A sidekick subscription and every stretch goal. So even if they make up some later, it says every. Get every.
Yeah, you don't have to pay if it's an add-on. You have to pay the add-on fee.
Your name listed in the thank you page, so you can have the book buried with you when you die, and your name will be in there. It's yours. Name a location. Oh, that's pretty cool. Create an NPC and play with the designers. That all sounds awesome. Hold on a second here.
Contact Ulysses in Germany, but who's Ulysses? Important.
Contact. Oh no, Ulysses is a game company.
Oh, okay. Why would I want to contact them? Maybe you'll tell me.
I think they handle a lot of translations of games to German.
Oh,
also, I don't know how tariffs and all that stuff are working. I heard they're really not affecting games. At least they shouldn't be affecting games that much. Or these books. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But I've been told. So I lived in Germany for 11 years, and they're like the primary publisher, distributor, something like that out there. You see them everywhere. By the way, Barrett, anybody else? I'm not going to hand out the link to segment 5 until we get through this. We're almost done with this, but I want to get through this first, and then yes, I will hand out the link. Okay, Evil Accountant, $55 pledge, 5 cinematic source. Are these physical or digital? Well, they'd have to be physical, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so
there's a number.
Are retailer only. So
okay,
I have to say that.
Yeah, I'd probably put that on here as well. Again, there's a very common things for folks that don't know out there. For I know Free League does it, Palladium does it. They have the retailer only where you can get multiple books at a little bit lower. We'll call it a bulk rate pledge, but you usually have to prove that you are a retailer.
Yeah, I was seeing that on Palladium, and it didn't really say that you had to be it did, but not very well, easy to see. It wasn't hidden, but it's not like in your face like I thought it should have been. So I came really close to pledging for one of those because it gave me a bunch of books I could give out as Christmas presents.
Yeah, just remember, a lot of people out there read headlines and not actual words. So plugging something like that in here where up here I didn't think it was as important, but plugging something like that in here might be a good. Yeah. And I'm not saying might as in like some sort of passive aggressive way. I'm not 100% sure, but it might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And then the $95 pledge, you can do the variant cover. All right, add-ons. So this is just everything we've talked about, but it's just individual add-ons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, So this is how you do it. If you do the $1 pledge and you want to do an add-on later, and you're like, hey, I want the alternate cover book. It's gonna cost you $50, so $51 plus whatever Kickstarter sends, for shipping. There you go, and that's you can just add on. You can pick and choose. Maybe you just want the book and the dice tray. You don't want anything else. Forget the dice even. We just want the tray. There you go. That's another $20. Boom. You got $71 for whatever reason. That's what you picked. You got your own splatter dice that you already want to put out there, and you can do that. So if you're not sure, just back it for $1. And stretch goals. Here we go. Oh, I like this access. He hasn't even thought about when he wants these stretch goals. So at $1 million, you'll get a third adventure. At $1 billion, you'll get trioxin barrel with a dog mini. Oh, I want the dog mini before that. and then premium brains dice just like now. For those of you who don't know, Heathen Dog, when he goes to Gen Con, he plays in the Call of Cthulhu Masters Tournament. He has taken second place like 150 times doing that. He's never got first place, and he gets really angry about that because what do? They give you a real lacquered brain. I don't know how they get it. Something about that doesn't seem like it's legal, but maybe it is. But the winner of the Call of Cthulhu's Masters Tournament at Gen Con gets a real lacquered brain. Well, these dice are made from brains. You heard it from me, and I have nothing to do with this project, so you can't sue him or me for saying that. But I'm pretty sure that these are actually made out of brains. Do not feed them to your zombies. It's like gremlins. They're going to go crazy, and you're going to want them. And for next stretch goal, we got postered a 4 prints and some actual plays. I already watched the videos, but there's some more videos on here that you can take a look at. So boom, I think that's where we're going to drop it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff there. I hope you guys check it out. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we found some typos. I really can't help thank you enough.
Oh, I'm good at editing. Just don't ask me to write or draw. But no,
Hey, Bear.
If this is your thing, how do I say this? I see no reason not to back this. Let's put it that way. If you're looking for the zombie thing, I know the Palladium guys, but I have Dead Rain. Well, guess what? You can use a lot of this for Dead Rain. Or the other way around. Use Dead Rain for this. Like, Kevin is a big proponent of mixing things like that. Taking his ideas, putting them in other games, or using a game like this to put in his game. Like we were today's topic was about kit bashing and merging things together. Boom. There's no reason not to. It's a system almost everybody knows. Obviously he's talked about, the story elements in it that I wanted to word that differently, but the game is about the table. So don't get turned off by, I heard the word 5e, I'm done. Well, he didn't say it was 5e. He says 5e inspired.
Yeah, I think he did a really great job with it.
And like Krantz said, good to see you, Krantz. Hell, just for the swag alone. There you go. Get the swag. Forget the game. Just get the stuff. Pledge $1 and then just get the dice tray, the cup, the dice, and the posters. You don't need the game. Forget it. But that's what's cool about these options like this is you can do all of that. So
thank you so much. That was really, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Any final? Because I'm actually going to clip this out and make like its own video, so to speak, when I do this probably tomorrow or Monday, since I have Monday off, and make this as actually own video. So any final words that you want to say to folks out there who may still, for whatever reason, be like, I don't know, yet watch the entire video.
Yeah, listen, everyone just got a sneak preview of something that no one's ever seen before. So you've seen all the stuff. If you guys want more stuff, let me know and I'll figure it out. We're still debating spatter versus splatter. That's interesting.
Well, Bear says it's spatter. Might be. I mean, I've always my entire life used the word splatter, but again, I can't say the word bag right, so you never know.
That's spatter. Fascinating.
But I mean, to be fair, you did use spatter first.
Probably a typo.
All right. So with that said, thank you very much. I'm going to start grabbing some people to pop on in and join us for segment 5. We're going to do the giveaway right now. I already had the names in there.